So our next stop here at ISE 2025 is going to be going down to take a look at what the Barco ClickShare people are doing.
This one is really intriguing me because, unbeknownst to me, Barco is a leader in meeting rooms. I mean, I know the video space, but they've been at this for quite some time in the meeting room.
Yeah, they've had 12 years to do this, and you know, people who only know their product basically know that it's a button, a dongle you install into a computer and you can share your screen, but they do so much more than that now, and they're working so closely with Microsoft. We're going to have a conversation with Gautier, who's their product manager, to talk about what some of these features are, and then you and I can talk about it afterwards.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I like your shirt.
Oh.
My name is Gautier. I'm a lead product manager for Barco ClickShare.
My name is Hitz. I'm a product manager lead at Microsoft.
So, Gautier, Christian, thank you very much for joining us here. We really want to talk about the advances that have taken place between the Barco ClickShare product line and between Microsoft and using Microsoft and BYOD. And I know you're going to demonstrate some of that for us in the stand that we're going to look at. Let's talk about it in general. Christian, how long has the ClickShare product been out on the market?
The ClickShare product, wow, we started with wireless presentation. I think it's like 12 years back already. But slowly but surely, we've been moving into the conferencing space with the launch of ClickShare Conference in 2020. And as such, we've been continuing to innovate in that space and then bring out products for mainly BYOD, either screen sharing or wireless conferencing.
And we're not talking about it here, but don't minimize your really good ClickShare bar that came out into the space. That's
indeed something we launched last year. It's been quite successful so far. Yes.
Okay, so my understanding is that if you're using a full codec in a video conference room, that you have all the capability in an MTR room. You can do voice attribution. You know where the speakers are. You've got all the detail built in. But when you're using BYOD, you're attaching a peripheral to your notebook, and you weren't getting any of those good features, not attribution, not management. And you guys have changed all that, right?
Yes, indeed. In the past, I would say BYD has been the little brother of MTRs. But since recently, Microsoft really adopted this way of working, this style, and has been improving the user experience for those working that way, but also for the IT admins providing additional insights and so on.
So what are the top things that the Barco ClickShare product for conferencing brings to the BYOD environment?
Well, it brings ease of use in terms of using, and no cables, no wires on the table, anything. Just a plug that everybody knows, plug it into your PC. It will automatically give you the peripherals in a wireless fashion to your PC. Everything happens on USB level. There's nothing that you need to do, no buttons to press, no configurations to change. And when you start a call, you use these peripherals as if they were connected to your own device. So how this works is very easily. This is the content I'm sharing right now, but obviously I want to share it into the call that I'm having. So I will be going into my Teams client, but it obviously works with other UC providers as well. I can simply join the call, and you will see that this is part of the collaboration that we've been doing with the folks at Microsoft. By default, your audio will be switching to room audio, and it will automatically recognize the meeting room that you are in. So there's a couple of goodies that we've been working with Christian and the team to make sure that this works and this is also enabled. By doing so, by default, the right peripherals will be chosen into the meeting room, so the end user cannot, by mistake, or choose different peripherals and get into trouble when he or she joins the meeting. Once you then join the conference call, you will see that it will automatically disable voice isolation, and if you enable the annotation and so this is obviously a ClickShare capability where we isolate the ClickShare call that's on your device and be able to only share this into the room. So one of the cool things already here as well is that once you start a transcription, because of the voice enrollment that you've done in the past, you will be able to allocate or to pinpoint who was talking at which moment and to actually get a right transcription of the people that were present in the meeting room.
And then, Christian, what Microsoft has done to support that, especially with the Barco product, is the capability of identifying that you're not just using your notebook anymore, you're now using a BYOD system in the room. And how does that change the environment?
So it's even a little bit broader, right? So we really looked at what are people using in the video rooms, right? They either use other OEMs, just maybe a speaker, Barco, or camera, or better product already like the Barco says, right? What we really try to do with BYOD is to help people with the struggles that they have, because we like to really have everyone to have a good Teams experience regardless of where they're joining, right? So some of the improvements that you will later see is like selecting automatically the right devices for users in those BYOD spaces to make sure it's potentially not their laptop camera or their laptop microphone that tries to pick up the room. Together with features like voice isolation, which is also from IT, we introduced ourselves a little bit of a new problem now. People go for voice isolation, Teams optimizes for my voice. But it means no one could hear it, right? So really then also to ensure to turn such features off in that moment and optimize for more of a room setup here as well, right? So really on the user side to improve the experience, to optimize it a little bit more for a multi-user setup, while Teams usually is really focused in those scenarios on having the single user experience. Now we can detect that the user will select or we automatically select our device.
All right, so if people want to get more information to find out how some of these Barco products work, where do you suggest they go?
Well, the first source of information is Barco.com, but they can also look in the YouTube channel ClickShare by Barco, and of course on LinkedIn.
And more information about Microsoft Teams?
Well, we have the Microsoft Teams page. I think a super good source is the Microsoft Teams blog. So really to stay up to date, what is coming new in the MTR world as well as right.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So, Dave, I thought that was pretty impressive from Barco. And I remember when I was in IT that we had to have a technician available if an executive was having a video meeting. We had to have somebody there just in case, because the keyboards were huge, the controls were huge. I have never seen such an intuitive and easy experience. I'm feeling bad for the IT folks. This is bad news for the IT folks.
Well, bad news, but it's also good news as well, because a lot of companies want to use BYOD solutions, and with the BYOD solutions, they're kind of a bastard stepchild in the industry. You wouldn't get any data from utilization. It would be hooked to an individual's computer, so that the Teams meeting would think that it's just that computer's user. And now, with what Barco is doing, they're opening that entire ecosystem up for Teams, so I can use my computer, but it can work as a room device. It can give that voice attribution.
And that's what's so amazing. We've seen these cycles in our industry, and BYOD for a while was a bad thing, right? People were like banning it. We're not going to allow BYOD. But now in this hybrid work environment, people are really expected to bring their laptop to and from home and work, and bring it in and getting it to work in a meeting room, not with just the webcam and standalone, but with all the toys the facility has to offer. Is becoming quite easy.
And even when Gautier was talking to us about it and demonstrating it for us, I still think they're minimizing the impact of this little dongle that has a button on it that's color-coded to tell you when it's on or not. It is doing some really heavy lifting. It is taking the Teams video from the other side of the meeting and bringing it to the display. It's taking the Teams audio and bringing it to the display. It's taking the room audio and the room video and bringing it to the Teams meeting, and it's handling sharing of content, multiple shares, all wirelessly.
And it shows the evolution, because when they started, it was just the video content.
Just sharing the content on the screen.
So they really evolved the platform, and that's why they've been at it for 12 years, as you said. They've really evolved that, they continue to evolve it, and now that they're marrying that with video conferencing, it's a very, very comprehensive solution.
And they didn't show us, they also have a ClickShare bar, which does all the conferencing as well as the ClickShare products, which I've used, I've demonstrated. We actually have a review on TalkingPointz.com. You can take a look at how well that product works. So very impressed with those guys.
So Dave, I just have one concern about what I saw in that demo. And the dongle, which you just described, is a very powerful device, but a lot of meeting solutions are moving away from dongles. Like, you shouldn't have to have a dongle. Do you think that the Barco model still applies?
Well, it's a stigma that they're going to have to get past. The idea that there's this cute little device, so people might leave the conference room and take it with them, or whether or not you want to have something that's wireless in the room, so go dongle free. I think for the power that thing has, and for the capability that it has to have outside visitors that are not on the network be part of the meetings, I think that the trade-off is worthwhile. And if you need to get one or two dongles that get lost during the course of the year, so be it. I'm sure they'll help you with it.
You just touched on a key point there about the visitors, because I'm always a visitor. I show up at enterprises all the time, and nobody knows the code to the guest Wi-Fi. The guest Wi-Fi is the wrong Wi-Fi, and this whole this whole dance we go through to get connected into a meeting room like that. So the dongle really solves that.
Yeah, it's called ClickShare. They have Love Meeting as their sign down there, and that's the reason for it. You plug it in and you use it, and it's easy. And it's the video version of the easy button.
There you go.